everybody, I am Joshua, the Unknown Prophet, and I'd like to welcome you to my stream. So, what do? I do tarot readings using my homemade deck, the 5 Paths Tarot. So, I made this homemade deck. I have made this deck myself. I put all the pictures together. I put all the paper together. All I had Staples do was laminated it, which cost a pretty penny to do at the time. But I've always found a way to make my dreams come true. So, so I'm here to do tarot readings for you. Yes, I would love it if you could afford to give me a donation, but it's not required to get a reading here. So after your reading, if you feel like you have the ability to give me something, please, you can scan my QR code over here, or you can donate something to my Cash App down below. But that's only if you can afford it. If you cannot, then I hope you just came here and you get something positive out of the stream. You get something that's going to move you. I am a little bit of a life coach as well. I'm no expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I feel like I've gone through a lot of stuff in my life, and I'd like to impart what I have been through to maybe help you in your life. And I believe I do that through my tarot cards, and I have a couple different things that I do here on Twitch. But mainly every day I come here and I do tarot readings for people. And all I ask of you to do is come here, and I'm going to use my deck, and I do 2 different kinds of readings. I do the very basic past, present, future reading, or I do what I call my path layout. Now, the path layout is like a 7-card layout of cards where I find out what is going on in the past, what have you been waiting for, and then what your hard path is, what your easier path is, what that unseen path is, and where you should take a leap of faith in, and where you find home at for yourself. And that's called my path. That's called the path, or you can call it the 5 paths, or just say I want the 5-card one. So if you want a 3-card reading, say you want a 3-card reading. If you're in Twitch, I think you can say !join. And if you are here from YouTube, sometimes there's a little bit of delay on YouTube, so I do see you out there, and I am here for you guys too today as well. So welcome in from YouTube as well. Yes, and you may. I just see you right there, coming right up there. Sahid, did I say that right? On YouTube, did I say that correctly? And yes, you may request one. I just need to know what kind of reading you would like there on YouTube. Give me a second. I gotta open up my live on YouTube so I can see the messages that are coming through from YouTube because. There you go. Let's see here. Okay, are you still with me there on YouTube? Because now I can kind of see what's going on with YouTube now too. I opened another window. Yay! Looking at me here. I am everywhere. I don't belong. Okay. Well, I'll do my best to not call you something like, by your name as well as I can. I usually like to try to use names since I am not butchering it. It sounds like it. or at least I gave you a good giggle today of someone who tries to know your language and how to pronounce your words. That's coming from someone who doesn't know a lick about any other language other than a very tiny bit of Mexican Spanish. So that's about it for me. So, we're here to get you a reading here today, and let me see what you say. You say you want the Gemini guy, so I'm going to give you my three. Yeah, all the love from my side. Okay, so it's side. Sorry, guys. I'm really trying to just. I kind of got these dual platforms open right now, so if I'm missing something here, guys, be patient with me for just a moment because my mouse is starting to not work. And I will lose battery power soon, and I don't know what I will do. Well, now that I see you're on here and I can see it, I don't have to have two different windows open. I see I'm communicating with you, okay? So I'm going to give you a past, present, future reading on this one, okay? So give me a number 1 through 10. Just right now, 1 through 10. That's all I want to know. This is my coffee this morning, so welcome aboard for just having coffee. 7. Okay. Give me a second. You just told me how many times I have to shuffle, so I guess what I have to do is shuffle 7 times. Okay, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you have to pick a number 1 through 52, and that is where your journey begins. So that's what card number begins. So if you pick number 18, then 18th card in the deck is where I begin your reading, okay? That's for example only. 21st card. Okay, give me a second to count that out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. Alright, now I'm at the 21st card, so that is the past. Ooh, here's the present. This is the future. And the destiny card. Whoa. You know what? Okay, now I want you to keep in mind that you were asking yourself a certain question when you were getting my reading. My deck is all about trying to help you get on the path to live the best possible life you can have, to live every day as if it was your best day ever. So when you come to me and you want a reading that asks me something about something's feelings or what they have and have not, just realize that you're including someone else in this equation. So, okay, well, and like I said, that's where we'll go from now. I will tell you what your card's meaning is. Just I want you to understand I'm here to help you maybe see what path it's currently headed that way. Okay, gotcha. All right. So in my deck, I have a certain number of things in my deck. They're called my path cards, right? And when I talk about being something that you've been on for a while in your past path, you've been through the hard path a lot of your life. That means you've overcome a lot of adversity. You've overcome a lot of trials and tribulations because let me see if I this light can brighten it up a little bit here for you guys here. Oh, I know why it's not seeing. I gotta get myself to be bigger. How about that? There we go. All right, here we go. So the hard path is all about overcoming adversity and getting through the hard stuff of life, where you have to overcome a big obstacle all at once to achieve your goal. You really have to fight to get to the finish line of it. But when you finally get there, you've got to take a small break and take a rest before you can move forward and do anything else with your life. So it's kind of like, oh, I just achieved this big thing, but now I can't move for 2 weeks because I was trying too hard to reach my goal. And that's kind of what it says that your path, what you've been working in your past path. So past path means that maybe you've been being too hard on yourself in your past about your past. Why are you still obsessing over this past stuff? Can you change it? Do you have the power to find the happiest parts of that and make those the things you remember? That's kind of what this is saying here, and just remember, you don't have to hoard your memories like the worst parts of you are what you need to carry, but you have to remember that has to be a little bit of good with bad there. So moving on to what's the present, what's going on presently here is it's all about you beginning to change yourself. You have been a part of this community or place that you have to do, this group of people, right? But you're going to have to kind of be the leaf in the wind. So that means you're going to shop and kind of blow wherever the wind takes you, kind of going in and along your future right now, because you kind of feel like you don't have any control. You're the leaf riding the wind, though. You're surfing the wind, though, and you get to decide when you're going to come to shore or not. So if you think of it that way, you're the freest one of them all. So you have the choice to make there. You have to say, I'm moving forward now, too. Basically, that's what that card is saying to you. What's kind of coming for you in your future? What do my cards tell you? Well, it's all about trusting that instinct that you have within yourself, because this card is all about trusting that inner voice within your heart that's tied to connected to whatever you believe in, whatever your higher power is, whatever your deity of choice is. I don't care we all call it. We all have that part where we connect to something that we feel is more spiritually above us, or something that we say about ourselves that we believe in, that higher, most beautiful self, right? We don't always listen because they keep sending us the same signals over and over and over again. So maybe there's a lesson you can repeat learning over and again. Can't you just say, okay, I get it now? And then really think about why you went through this for the 15th time now, and say, what am I not learning? And then kind of reevaluate. So maybe, you have to make sure you are cut as much off. So if you're done, say, okay, I'm done. Have a funeral for it. Have a funeral for the relationship, throw it away, say nice, pretty words as you're burying it, Viking funeral, you can cremate that bitch if you want, whatever, But what is this really kind of all about for you? It's all about you getting back on the easy path. That's your destiny card today. It's all about you just getting back on the easier path for a change. It's that take the small goals for a little bit. Take a small rest. Then go make another couple of goals. Take a small break. You're going to accomplish a lot of things along the way. It might take a little bit longer to get to your end goal dream, but you're going to get there, and you're going to have the energy it takes to bring it into now being more than just wondering. So take that step-by-step process. That's kind of what my cards are saying for you. You have to be the one. If you said it's over, then you say it's over. Then if you have to disconnect your number, if you have to, do whatever you have to do to be safe, if they're not leaving you alone, there are protection orders, depending on what country you live in. I don't know your rules, but you kind of got to think of what's going to be the safest for me. Now, if you don't have to go to that extreme, just move on with your life, and let them worry about what they want to do, until they come bother you with it. Why are you spending all this energy trying to prove to yourself they're not there anymore? What's the point of remembering them at all then? Okay. I've been in those kind of relationships. You know? I was that guy, unfortunately. I was the guy who was in love with the woman who wouldn't love me back in return. It wasn't a fun relationship. It wasn't even a relationship, really. It was me obsessing over a girl that I thought maybe could be the woman of my dreams. And she never looked at me two ways other than being a friend. And I took it the completely wrong way. And you know what? That was my bad. And I was I was foolish enough to say to myself I loved her when I didn't know what real love meant. So, it wasn't her fault. It was my fault because I was the one who assumed certain things and did the things that I did that I wasn't all proud of. But I tried to do. My spirituality has always been my own spirituality. No one's ever told me what to believe in when it comes to that. I've made it my own damn mind. No one's responsible for that but me and my gods. That's all. If my gods don't play well with your gods, well, that's okay with you. My mom says it's okay for me to play with you, so. And I don't mean play with you in a way of like teasing you. I mean like let's go outside and kick the ball together. Let's get that team thing back again. And I'm here to tell you, hey, you're welcome though. I'm glad that I hope that helped you today. I really do, because that's what I'm really here to do is just kind of give you something to think about there. So have a good day and be blessed yourself. Well, I'm not telling you to go set your significant other on fire, okay? I mean, like a cardboard box that you write the word, well, you wanted to be done with this relationship, okay? And then, Kentucky Fried the little cardboard box that represents that thingy, okay? Please don't go set anyone on fire. Just in case someone once will take me seriously when I say something like that. Don't go set someone on fire. Wait, he's already out the door, damn it, you idiot. That's how it'll end. Some fool like me will say the wrong thing to the right person at the wrong moment. That person will have the power and ability to obliterate us all in the snap of a finger. That person ain't me, I'll tell you that. As I want to obliterate anything, I want to make everything better. I know I'm babbling a little bit today. Sorry. I had this really bad hangnail, so I apologize for that. But, well, that was bothering me. When you're doing readings with cards and stuff like that, hangnails, you gotta just kind of like get it. So I apologize for being a little bit unattentive. So, but thank you guys for stopping by and saying hi, especially from YouTube. So, I know that sometimes there's a lag there on YouTube. So. I still have to get better at doing this, so. I had technical difficulties yesterday. That's why there wasn't a Josh show yesterday. So, and I have to kind of revamp it a tiny bit more. So I'll be returning next week. I'm sorry, on the 21st. Yeah, okay. Okay, I got that card there. Okay. You're good. Don't need that open now. Don't need it open now. Okay. Don't need this open now. Now I just got you guys here back again. So I've got YouTube on my left and I've got Twitch on my right. And how's it going, Madeline? Max? Okay. Sounds like you might need now do two different kinds of readings. Do you want the past, present, future, a simple reading, or do you want a more complex reading that will give you more answers? Like a 5 card. Do you want my 5 card or my 3 card reading, first of all? Okay. So we'll do that. Now tell me how many times 1 through 10 do you want me to shuffle? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now I need you to pick a number 1 through 52. That's where your journey will begin, and then we will give you my 5 card layout here. 34. Okay. Give me a second. I do have to count that high. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 15, 19, 20, 21. 32, 33, and then we have 34. Okay. Give me a second to get this one set up for you here. Hmm. 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 All right. Okay. Thank you for being patient with me shuffling and all that fun stuff there. Put my deck down here and we'll get to your reading. Okay, so the way my deck works is like this. So when we talk about the past path that we are on, we have to look back and we say to ourselves, what were the parts of our past that taught us the lessons we learned from the mistakes, we learned from the things that we've been through, what we do and do not want to be like in life. Therefore, we live in a way that's happier for us, right? So you have the foundation stone here in a past path here. So that means you've been setting down a very solid foundation of what you really want to be. So maybe you've just got done breaking up the old foundation and you have to start pouring a new foundation. Are you going to use cement this time? Are you going to use metal this time? But you want to make sure that this time, when you place yourself down in this spot within yourself, this is who you're going to be the rest of your days. You're not going to apologize for it. You're not going to say anything for it. You're going to set that clear foundation down that you are ready for in your life. So basically, you've been trying to do that in your past and building yourself up that starting spot. Well, you've done that. Congratulations. So now we're moving forward from that. And what are we kind of waiting for? Okay. And what are we waiting for is like the wait path is all about us. We're waiting for them to send us a sign, for them to send us that, that message from beyond sometimes, or we're waiting for that answer to kind of reveal itself to us. Or maybe we have to have some time to think about a situation, but eventually we have got to start picking a direction to go, So we're kind of stuck in wait, like I like to say. And you got the interesting card here of the receiving card. I think that there are abundances reaching out to you, saying to you, hey, we're ready to give you everything you're asking for. You just have to take it. Why aren't you taking it? Yeah, well, are you going to have to sacrifice for this, though? Whatever this is for you, whatever this is that you're hoping for, So you really do have a dream you're hoping will come true. Believe in that dream with your whole heart. As long as it's a good dream that includes people who will have, the ability to choose their destinies together. That's what me and my wife did, significant other did for me. Now, you're just going to say, I'm opening up myself up to actually receiving the gifts that will be given to me when they're given to me. Now, I like to ask you a question here. Would you like to go to your easy path first or your hard path first? And let me get a sip of coffee here real quick. That way I won't have such a scratchy voice. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. So you just have to say easy or hard first. Okay, hard. So the hard path is all about overcoming adversity. We're all about trying to get to our goal very quickly, but we have to climb a lot of ropes, hills, valleys. We have to get through all the kind of sticks. We have to kind of forge a little bit of our own path, but we also have to we have a goal in mind. We want to get there, and we want to get there as quickly as possible. So that's what the hard path is all about for you. It's all about that potential to grow. It's about you knowing you have all of this potential within you. And you've got this buds card here. And this buds card is basically saying to you, just one moment, please. As soon as I'm done with Max's reading, you can be up next there. So just patiently give me some moments here to finish up the screening here. Okay, and then so you've got all this potential in the world, and you just have to wait for it to kind of naturally open and flourish because you're just now starting to get that sunshine, that rain, all of those things that you need in your life, that receiving stuff you've been getting. The hardest thing for you to do is accept help. So basically you have all this potential that has to open up and accept that help. The hardest thing for you to do is that receiving. You're probably a very giving person. So let's go to your easy path next here. What is it really about? What is the step-by-step goal that you are trying to achieve or get to here? It's all about that picture that you had in your head long ago of the person you said you wanted to be. Is that still the picture that you hold within who you are now? You can remember to take a new picture to update that profile of who you are. this does not have to be who you are for all of existence. You have the ability to change, you have the ability to grow. Now we can choose to color this in instead of leaving it black and white. Maybe now we decide what kind of pattern we want to include in this as well. Maybe we try to do something very special with ourselves, and we adorn ourselves with the things that we need to do. So the hardest thing is to kind of say, look at the whole picture of who you are as a person. That is, what are you presenting to other people to see? Remember, you're projecting. That's how you feel about you too, and that's what I think people get caught up in, is they don't remember, hey, you're presenting this wonderful, warm person who and stuff like that. Why are you always questioning yourself how you're being presented? We love you. Okay, let's go to your unseen path. Your unseen path is that one thing that's been right in front of your nose the whole time. That one thing that you kind of don't know or can't see. It's always been right there until you kind of pull away from it and go, oh, wait, I remember that's been there a long time. That you have got to remember one thing when you pull this card. You are not the storm, you are the sky. Okay? So rain is all about that weather that's happening to us in the sky. So that's an emotion that you get to express. You get to express whether or not you have the ability to say, is this a light, happy rain? Is this a storming rain down? Are people crying for more water in places here and there like that? How can I help? But more than that, it's about how you control yourself in that emotional state. Just remember, you're the one in control of what's going on in your emotional self. You get to decide what you get to give out to the world. So that's kind of like your unseen path is all about that inner emotion that you want to be able to give to others, but don't necessarily always understand why it's not that feels it's that hard to do. And then hello. All right, and just give me a second, guys. I've got still in the middle of Max's reading here, so I'm almost done with her. But okay, would you like to go with your leap of faith card first, or your home path card? All right. Okay. I'm gonna go with the leap of faith card. How about that? Okay. So we're gonna go with that. Well, we got two more cards to go here for you, okay? So we're just going to go with your Leap of Faith card, which is basically telling you it's time for you to announce in your personal place of power, that place you feel the most connected to spirit, that place that makes you feel the most powerful, place that makes you feel like the most in control. Go to that place within yourself and announce to yourself, this is who I want to be. Because once you say, that's who I want to be, the universe is going to go, okay, we hear you now. Okay, now we know you're ready for this because you said you're already, and we are going to send you what you need to become what is the next step after this. You've achieved the goal. Now, are you taking a break for a while and getting that energy stirred up and then going for another little goal? Or are you going to go start, doing that? This is basically saying whatever path you choose, take that personal power and really run with it. You have got the power. Now you have to use it wisely. That's the hardest thing for you to take a leap of faith with doing. And then we go to your home card next, which is all about the glaze that you are putting on. We all have protection barriers that we put out into the universe. Well, sometimes our light or our goodness may be so bright it's kind of blinding, so people perceive it as a threat. Because if you look too longly into the sunlight, you lose your sight, you lose your eyes, right? Glaze is all about putting that little protection on that surface that you've been working on. Because first you had to mold the play clay pot. Then you had to, shape it. Then you had to paint it. Then you had to put some protective grooves and stuff like that you kind of designed in it, and designing with the grooves and everything, and you got it all ready, and then you fired it up, and then you had to put that protective glaze on it. That's gonna keep it safe for thousands and thousands of years, because you've applied such a good glaze on it that you are now appropriately protected. So be be okay with you have built up the skills basically to protect your scalp. Don't be afraid to use those skills. That's basically what that's saying. And I pulled you a destiny card as well, and it's all about change, but it's not about the kind of change that is right in front of you. All these different denominations in the picture here, they all can be heads or tails. It can all be good or bad things, but there are still opportunities for you to pick up and learn something. Hey, at the end of it, you walk away with something in your pocket telling you, hey, this is a denominational thing that I can have. Maybe you have to start trying to receive, like I said, accepting that this change is happening to you. So that's basically your reading for today. And I hope that really helped you. I have to see if there is a little bit of lag sometimes on YouTube, so please forgive me if I don't always see everybody's thing. Okay, so I'm getting some of this from YouTube, so I hope that helps you there, Max. You're welcome. I think it really it boils down to one thing. Are you ready to be who you are? The whole you, the one and only you, and stop hiding behind any of those old things that you used to be or could be, or what everyone's expectations were, just to be the person you said you wanted to be when you thought of how do I want to represent me for a change, and stop pretending to be everything all these people put on you, whether it's, good memories or bad memories. You still get to be those things. You don't have to carry them around with you all the time. Like I am a son to a mother who died, and I understand that there's a lot that I learned from not only that lesson of her, because I was going to getting the mental help that I needed at the time, and I've always been connected to stuff. After that was kind of my turning point of where I said, no, I can help people now. I don't have to worry about my life being something different. So, okay, we have up next, HB. HB, are you still with us? The name of my deck is called the Five Paths Tarot, and I made this is my homemade deck that I made myself. So there's only one copy in existence, and that's the one I'm holding right now. But that was the name of the deck. It's a prototype to try to get my tarot deck out there in the universe. So no, I have yet to have it published yet. But all right, HB, let's get you a pop. You said you just wanted a generating. How about a past, present, future then? And you just got to pick a number 1 through 10. How many times do you want me to shuffle? You're very welcome, by the way. Okay, we're shuffling 5 times here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now pick a number 1 through 52, and that's where your journey begins. Be patient, guys. 36. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 16, 17, 18, 21, 22, 23, 24, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the next one is 6 here. And we have the past, present, future, and your destiny card is. Well, okay. I hope we're ready for some love, some hopefully. So try to take this into account of what you were asking me here, or what you had your thought was. Mine just a general reading for you. So what I decided to do is do a past, present, future for you. So, sorry, I apologize for that. Okay, so here we go with your reading though. In your past, what you've been doing with yourself as you have been letting some of this old stuff that you've been carrying around with you finally take its rightful place in the coffin that you need to put it into. You need to build yourself a little cardboard coffin that you put on little pieces of paper, all the things that you need to hold a funeral for, that you need to finally bury, mourn, and be able to move forward. Hold a wake for it, have a private little funeral for it, but you have to start finally letting all of that stuff decay and become what it needs to be, that life-giving nurturance that you're going to need later in life anyway. What happens to all of that stuff that we don't remember and don't want to hold on to? It has to go somewhere so it starts to break down into a form that we can easily be able to bring back into our life. Without this new death that you have to let happen, there can be no new growth, because this stuff has to happen first before you're ready for that life-giving soil to give you what you want. So maybe you haven't been doing such a good job there. Okay, and then we have what's going on in your present. Basically, I'm going to take that for how you want to take it, but I feel like it's basically saying you haven't let go of something yet. You have to hold that funeral for that person you used to be so you can become this new person. Have to empty the old cup out first before you fill up the cup again. Then you get to choose what goes in the cup. Then that's the self-positivity, that's the self-belief, that's believing in my higher power, but believing in my soulmate, believing that I have the ability to be the person I want to be. And then you got what's going on in your present right now. Now the Rain Air card is about, so pay attention to that. It's all about someone who did something really, really bad in their past. They made and did something, a crime they couldn't take back, a crime that they were responsible for doing. But they went and they paid the price in the legal system sense, because they went to jail of sorts, and they also had to go to rehabilitation and stuff like that. But Rain Air was trapped in this place for almost 6 years off and on, just because of some bureaucratic issue here or there. But now, what I'm saying with this card is saying, though, he had to learn how to re-embrace the very rain and the air that was going down upon him, because he had to have that freedom to open up his eyes and go, that sky that's right above me, I get to embrace whether or not how much of that I absorb from the sky, how much emotion do I accept from others. he had to learn how to balance those emotions out by realizing he had to express those emotions of feeling trapped and inside even before this happened, you know. And then he was like, I don't know why I did this, but he's repent now and he's moving forward and making good life choices and actually living a healthier, better life now because he took that responsibility seriously. He paid his price and did what everyone told him he had to do. He's one of those success stories. So if you did something like that, remember you have the power to drive that destiny to overcome those obstacles in your way. If there's something that you feel like you have to apologize for in your past, maybe that's the thing you need to let die to move forward in order for you to come to your future, which is all about that image you portray. Those light and dark parts are still there. See, the dark parts are still there, just as much as the light parts, but they're a part of the whole image. Without these little dots in here, we don't see the whole picture in the background. There's actually a beautiful tree here, but because we're too busy looking at, what we think is the reality or fantasy of the truth is, we aren't taking into account the fact that we see the image of self. All those parts reflect who we are. We are still that one whole mirror reflecting all of those things back to us. But when we look in that mirror, we see the thing we want to be the most. So that's kind of what I'm seeing there in the future. What is this all about for you? Your uh, your destiny card for you today is it's all about embracing yourself, both the masculine and feminine sides of yourself. Both sides of yourself have to start to love yourself finally. You're done fighting the war inside of yourself. It's time to put down the swords, put down the shields. It's time to open those arms up and accept the hug of war. Okay? And you're going to hug each other until you say, I'm sorry enough times to believe each other again. That's what you kind of have to tell yourself, Yes, we've done some bad things, but now I don't do those bad things anymore. In fact, I'm an advocate against doing those bad things, or whatever. But you have to be okay with whole self, that both of those sides of yourselves, whatever that is for you. It's you combining that and embracing that to say, this is the whole me. Yes, I have icky parts. Who doesn't? So, and and that's kind of what I'm getting from your reading there. I hope that answers your question there, HB. And Zenny, you're up next. As soon as I just make sure I've heard from HB wrote one time that she's good to go. You're very welcome. Good. That's what I'm here to do is guide you through what you needed to know. So good to know that helps. Very good. That's what I'm here to do the most. Okay, if you guys want to, if you've liked what you saw here today so far, and I'm not done yet because I'm still doing readings, guys. You'll be up next here, Zenny, in just one moment. And then after that, we'll have Salma ask me a question here. Okay, we're doing a little bit more stuff on YouTube today, so we're on the Saturday morning. Okay, so Zenny, you're up next. So I need to know what kind of a reading do you want? Do you want a 3 card past, present, future reading, or do you want the more extensive path card layout? You want the 5 or the 3? And I'll do my cleansing shuffle here. I am still waiting for Zenny here, real quick. Okay. How many times do you want me to shuffle? 1 through 10. You have to do some picking, though. I'm going to give you the past, present, future then. That way I can get to a couple other people too. So, hey, Selma, you're next on deck as soon as I'm done with Zenny, so please be patient till after their reading is complete. 1 through 10, how many times do you want me to shuffle Zenny? Okay, give me a second. I'm just going to shuffle that real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one more. So now pick a number 1 through 52, please. Okay, 7. Sorry, I just saw it pop up here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and then the 7th card is where your journey begins. So let's see your past, your present, your future, and your destiny card here for you. Okay, so here we go. This is for you there, then, Zenny. So this is your reading here. Did you want the 7th card or did you want the 45th card? Why don't I know? You know what I'll do? I'll count up 45 cards for you because I just got to that 7th card, so let me count up 45 more, and that'll be a special message card for you. I think that's what I need to do for you. Okay, all right. So this is your reading here today, Zenny. So we'll start with you with the past. What's been going on in the past? What you've been trying to work on and stuff like that. Right now, you have to learn how to integrate all of that which you hold dear about yourself together. You have to be the person who lights the flame of the thing you are passionate about. You can only start seeing the light once you start that spark, that flame, that thing that you feel passionate about. Yes, you have many different colors and many different things that you like to present to the world, but it's all about you bringing them all together to be one cohesive play, one cohesive kind of music, or one cohesive kind of message. Something that just screams, this is who I am. I need to learn how to be the light I am looking for. That's how I will find the light within, by being the light myself. Why is this kind of going on in your future, your present right now? Well, because you are starting to do some new growth. Some new growth, basically, that you are the sapling now. You are no longer just a seed that's gotten all of its potential. You are now coming out of that shell. You sprouted up. You started to put out those first couple of leaves and stuff. Because as soon as you have more than 3 leaves on your thing, you are now a sapling. And you are growing with exponential growth rate now because you have all of that new energy and focus that you have been putting into something. So now you have to take into the fact that sometimes you have to be patient though because you're going to wait a little bit longer cycle because what 1 year used to be to some people is now five. It feels like 5 years to some people because how do you perceive the time? Do I perceive this growth moment as once every year? Okay, well then let it be once every year. But what I see coming for you in your future, or my deck sees coming for you. Sorry, give me a second to fix the voice a little bit. Sorry about that. Is this Great Oak card that I have on me. Now, Great Oak is all about now. You started out as a sapling, right? But now you're going to get to a point where you love everything there is to love about yourself. That's where it's going to find the key to you and what you are up to and what you are doing. Okay. The Great Oak is all about that opening up your space to allow others to come see the better parts of who you are, the ickier parts of who you are, with you're welcoming both in and out things every single day because you have to let go of a lot of old ideas to get these new ideas, and then you have to put them into place, and you still have to let go of some of stuff that doesn't work for you anymore. And then as soon as you empty that out, you can fill that space with what you want. It's all about what you're going to be putting in that space. What kind of furniture are you going to be moving in? Am I going to get the nice, comfy, plush couches that I feel about myself, or am I only going to remember the time I stuck my needle hand and got stuck with a needle that one time? So why is this kind of happening? What is your destiny card for your deck? And you have one more card that I pulled too, okay? And it's all about that image I've been talking about with a couple of people today. It's all about that. Those good and bad parts of yourself, whether you realize it or not, that is a part of who you are. Yes, I have bad, icky parts. I was abused by a babysitter when I was a young boy. I have unnatural and unfeelingly thoughts about that whole situation that I can't get out of my head no matter what counseling I have done. But I've taken responsibility not to hurt anybody else either. you know, in fact, I advocate for the exact opposite. I'm one of those protectors now. And so, just kind of giving you that idea of that's what I'm kind of giving you that idea is you have to accept that even some of the bad parts that you have been through in your past bring you to be that stronger, more courageous, more person who's willing to take the chances and decisions that they need to make, because they have the whole picture, that whole image now that they see. It's not just, one little tiny part of it. That's why it's an image. It's not just a piece of the puzzle. It's that whole image of it. Yeah. So, and basically that's kind of what I'm seeing here is when I asked you, you said I kind of misread you, and I said, okay, I'll let 45 be that special message for you of something that you really, really need to do to be happy again. And I want you to think about this hard, what this means, because my card that I'm about to show you doesn't mean exactly what it means. So don't jump out of your skin, getting all scared because it's a death card, but it's not the kind of death that I am talking about. The thing that will make you the happiest is to finally go through the processes of mourning that which you have already let die. That stuff that you've been holding on to for far too long, that should have been buried, hold a Viking funeral for and stuff. This is the actual action of actually going through those emotional moments. You have to go through all the stages of grief in order for you to finally get over what you need to get to. And yes, you can mourn parts of yourself that you know you don't have anymore or don't want anymore because after that moment you're just not going to do them. So no, but yeah, letting go is a very good analogy for that. But it seems like it feels like you've holding this like that, like the precious of the ring, of the Lord of the Rings. You hold your precious very, very close and very, very tightly, but you don't realize that it's got such a hold on you that you know, if you really let it go, you live a happier life without it than with it, you know. So that's kind of your readings, Annie. And then I have Sama is going to be up next, I believe. She's next on the deck. So that is your reading. Let me do a cleansing shuffle for her real quick. I just kind of shuffle until I feel like they're ready. And I kind of ask them to kind of clear out any of the old negativity that I was just, anything that I read for anybody else that doesn't go into the person's reading I do next. I just give them a kind of a little bit of a shake to get some of the cards loosened up a little bit because they're laminated cards. They get, you know, when you're drinking coffee with sugar on, they stick together once in a while. And then I go, hey, that's got to be part of the reading somehow. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, so first you have to tell me the kind of reading you want. Do you want a past, present, future reading, or do you want the 5-card reading? And you don't have to type your question for you to know the answer. You will know what it means, and only you will know what it means. Just tell me that what kind of reading you want. And I do have a little bit of a lag on YouTube, so please be patient if you're on YouTube. Okay, get the 5-card reading. Okay, how many times do you want me to shuffle my deck? 1 through 10. Okay, give me a second to shuffle 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now pick a number 1 through 52, and that's where your journey begins there, Salma. I'll give you a second to count 24 cards out. Okay. I have just counted out 24 cards. Now we do go with your... Okay. Your past. Your weight path. Your easy heart path. Easy path. Unseen path. Okay. Your leap of faith. And your home is... Okay, I have to ask you a question, okay? I have 2 cards that start together. Your last card, do you want the top or the bottom card for your home card, or do you think they should go together? Okay, then. Here we go with this then here for you. This is your 5-card layout. So basically what this specific path is designed to do is to help you find the best possible path for you, okay? So as we kind of go forward, here is your what is your past path? Well, you spent some time in the past letting go of something that had to die in order for you to move forward. In order for you to do anything, you had to let something finally die and move forward from you. Something within you, you had to say, I have to mourn this. I have to let this thing that I don't want to be a part of me die anymore. Give me 1 second. My wife is just making an entrance into our smoking room, so give me a moment, and she will be in here. So give me 1 moment here, guys. And our kitty cat already decided to move for her. Isn't that sweet? Like, oh, I don't want to get squished again.
Squeeze.
So going back to your reading here, guys. So this is all about the eternal change you want to make for yourself. What do you feel that you have to hold a funeral for this old self that you are no longer? Please put them in the coffin and let them die so this new beautiful person that you are about to be born as will be born. So because that's basically what's going on in your weight path right now. Your weight path is all about that coming into being card. So weight path is all about we wait for the answers to come to us. Sometimes those answers are so in our face we don't understand that we have to fight for our very existence to be. We are no longer just existing as this thought. We are now meow. You heard the meow. Very existence and push yourself into being. Now you have to live it. Walk it. Walk the walk, talk the talk, do the do. Okay? Because you have to be that person in order to start that journey going forward. So now you have a choice to make. Do you want your easy path first or your hard path first?
Can I have some coffee first?
Maybe. Yeah, anyone need some coffee here? Oh, drink your coffee. Got it?
Yeah.
Got it there.
Thank you.
And then, so Salma, I guess I need to know, do you want your easy path or your hard path first? Sorry about that. My wife needed coffee. Okay, easy path first. Okay. So your easy path is all that step-by-step kind of goal taking. So we take a little bit of our step-by-step process to get to the goal we need to get. Okay, I've got to get this together first, then I've got to get this together first, and I've got to get this together first. So this is your easier path. You have my blue wolf card, which is my father's card. So maybe there's a father figure in your life that is trying to show you the way of being the leader of the pack again. Being the person who is not just a follower, now you're going to lead it. Lead it with your emotions. Lead it with your howl, your scream, your yelling voice to the universe, because you are trying to yet not only express what you are feeling deep within yourself, you're doing it in a way that is constructive, that is beautiful, because now you're putting your pain on a piece of paper. Maybe you're doing it with your voice or your howl or whatever. But it's definitely about a group mentality that you need to kind of refocus into, why aren't we doing something good with this? Why aren't we becoming a part of that pack again? We're no longer the lone wolf. He's a family man. He's always been a family man, whether he jumped around from a couple of different mates from time to time. Yeah, well, he did it appropriately. He divorced people, remarried people, divorced people, remarried people. Eventually, he ended up with my mom in the end anyway. So basically, and now he lives a happier life because he's living the dream he wants to live, and so kind of think about that idea of that could be your easier path. Now on to the hard path for you. This is what's the most difficult thing for you to get over. It's the thing that you need to, kind of pound through every day, the most difficult thing. It's going to be the most fulfilling because, yeah, you're going to put in the work for it, but it's going to take that giant leap to do that, and then you have to go, oh, I need to rest for a while. Then you can take another giant leap and get to the next goal. But it's all about you stoking the fire that you want to feed. Feed the beast you want to feed. You get to put the kind of log in here. Are you putting a cedar log in here? Are you putting a pine log in here? What kind of fire are you going to have? It's going to be a small little fire that you're going to stoke from time to time. And all that means is I'm going to pay attention to it. I'm going to give in to the idea that I have to be responsible for my own personal power. I have to put into myself just as much as I give out. So as much as I'm giving to everybody else, I have to give myself just as much. In order for me to be a balanced person, it's all about that balance. Otherwise, you get a wildfire if you let it go out of control, or you get that tiny little fire that won't save you in the end in the middle of the cold, dark night. You know? And then, so that's kind of maybe something that you've been working on and getting past and over and stuff like that. So now we go to your unseen path. That's that one thing that's right in front of your nose that you've known about the whole time, that you have to, want to give, kind of like an understanding of finally realizing this is something that maybe you didn't get past or did get past that you still have yet to do. So it's all about that crystallizing. You are no longer frozen in fear anymore because you crystallized. You've put such a protective barrier around yourself that people are afraid to touch you because you have put out into the universe, I am not something you want to touch. I've got sharp, jagged edges because I have pointy things on me. I do not want you to come near me and touch me and be a part of my life. That might be something that you're projecting unknowingly. And it might be about how well you want to. Now, you may be pretty to look at and you might be wonderful to be around and stuff like that. But maybe you're projecting a little bit of too much armor so people think that they're going to accidentally hurt themselves or you by accidentally saying or doing the wrong thing around you. So it's all about that. Are you going to melt and stop being such a crystal, such a block of ice? Remember, we had all that really hard ice. Remember how fast that ice has got if you're here in Minnesota? We had really, really cold weather only 2 weeks ago, and now it's almost all melted. And so remember, you can change it at what moment's notice to be what kind of crystallized you're going to be. So that means basically saying I've got a protective barrier on myself, and I'm not afraid to say I'm going to take for it. Do you want your home path first, or do you want your leap of faith card first? You all done with this?
Yeah. Oh, it's green.
As soon as I'm done with these, really. Leap of faith card. Find people, I will do that. Okay, your leap of faith card. Leap of faith is all about you know what you're jumping into. You really do understand that what you're kind of going to be jumping into. You're just not sure how you're going to land once you jump. Because we all go, okay, I'm ready to jump off this cliff. Yes, I've got the backpack on me. I've got that training that I need. I'm hooked up to this line thingy just in case I fall, blah, 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 blah. All that protection in the world. But we've forgotten one thing. We forgot how to be the student again and remember to go over everything that we've been taught. Why do we do this? Because without this repetition of relearning those step-by-step processes that kept us safe in the first place, becoming a student once again and becoming that pupil who's ready to learn again, we can refresh not only our memory of the things that we do correctly, but what mistakes we want to avoid in the future. We become our best possible student. You're always your best student means you are growing and becoming something better. Every day you spend in that class is that day you spend in, within yourself saying, I'm going to be better today. So that's kind of like the hardest thing for you to take a leap of faith of doing, saying, I kind of go back to class itself and say, what did I learn? What don't I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing that again. Hell, I remember having a blast doing that. We're doing that again. Saying to yourself that, all those lessons added up to something. And then we've got what your home card is, which is your first card that I drew, which actually, the last card that I drew, which was the ice card, but stuck behind it was this bind,
Bill.
This, I know, Beth. Give me a second. Jeez, I was just turning it around. Say, build. Please, I'm in the middle. Sorry, my wife was being a little weird. Hey, so that's kind of what was stuck behind it. So what do I get from that? Okay, remember now I was talking about that crystallize. You're starting to finally melt. You're no longer crystal. You're starting to melt a little bit, and you're just ice. Ice can go from there to not there overnight, depending on how much weather you have. So you get to be remembered to be that person. You get to decide how much light you want to let in to melt that ice. So let in those happy things that you need to melt that ice up. What does ice can represent also to you? It doesn't necessarily mean a cold exterior. It means I'm just putting out enough of a warning so that you know that I am able to protect myself, but I still feel like once in a while I need that backup and support too, because I come off as cold sometimes, or maybe I just come off as being partly, um, that I've been working on myself so long it comes off like that, but it's not that way because I've been building myself up to be the person I want to be. I'm putting up that foundation that we were talking about somewhere there. That foundation you built upon is, you're starting to build it. You see all the vines growing in it, this new growth holding it, strengthening it. That's all the stuff we've been through, holding it and strengthening it, making it stronger. And then when in a year time comes when we have four walls and a roof, and we can live in here for a while, we start finally being the place we want to be, which is a home. So you're building the place that you want to build within yourself, that you finally want to say, this is who I want to be the rest of my life, basically. And that's kind of what I'm getting from your reading today, there, Selma. You're very welcome. Hey, if you guys like what I did today and want to send me a donation, please be so kind to scan the QR code. You don't have to do that in order to get the reading, but if you felt like I did a good job today and want to give me a tip, that's a great way to do it. You can either scan this code over here or go to my Cash App, and that's my Cash App code right down below, just in case anybody is wondering. But like I said, I am here to help people. So just to remember though, hey, I haven't said this in a while for all the people that are there. Remember, the future is always in your own hands. No matter what I tell you here today, you have the right and responsibility to go live the life you want to live. So go live the best life ever and live every day as if it was. I can't say that any better. So no matter what I told you here today, guys, I just want you to know that you have control of your future. You have control of what you do with it, what you don't do with it. Hey, can you show me some monetary love? You can also give me a review here on my Facebook channel. Hey, I wouldn't mind a review or someone telling people how your reading went and if it went well for you or didn't go well for you. I want you to tell the truth. That's just like I came here to tell you the truth. All I want is the truth in return. And that's the way you guys can come here and say thank you. So I accepted lots of different kinds of payment. Yes, I really would like to earn $1 or $2 here or there, but it's not the most important reason why I am here. So what's up with you, honey?
Just woke up a little bit ago. Oh, I have a little bit of. And, I just toddled out here to say good morning to my love.
Oh, okay. Let me know when he gets here. Oh, wait. That's me. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh. And the coffee is good.
So that's why I put that out there for you guys, just in case you guys want to know. Because there's lots of ways to show me love here. Or you can subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, you can show me that way kind of love as well. Share it out to people. Give me that thumbs up. Say something in my stream about how the stream was. Oh, damn it. Holy shit, that fucking hurt.
What was that?
That was the poker kit slamming on my foot. Jesus Christ. Whew.
Is it telling you something that you're ignoring? And it had to get your attention?
Yeah, it was saying to don't move your foot up and down near the poker chip box again. So I'm glad that you appreciated it. That's all that I could ask for is that in return. So thank you very much for being here and a part of my channel today. Don't forget, if you go to my Twitch account, you can join a lot of my socials. But just in case you guys are wondering, you guys want to find out more about me here, here's my link tree. That's right, this is my link tree. So if you want to find out more about me and want to find out more about what I do, you just go to click on my link tree, and you can find out more of what I do on my social sites and stuff like that. Just so you guys know that I am the Unknown Prophet, and I am here to do tarot readings. As you guys have seen, I spent the last hour so far doing tarot readings for people so far, and now we've got about 45 minutes left before we call it a day. So I'm just kind of letting you all know out there that, yes, I do accept donations. We greatly appreciate it. If you can't do that, maybe you'd like to buy some of my merchandise here on the Josh Show, the Storefront /Josh Show podcast, to find out all of my merchandising that I have available. I also have a Stream Elements account that has some merch too. You can find out that as well on that channel. So just kind of wanted to bring you guys up to speed when it came to that there. Yeah, Dragon, you sure can. What kind do you want, Dragon? Do you want a 3-card reading today? Or do you want, what kind of reading do you want? Okay, we'll do that. Pick a number 1 through 10. Okay, 7. Okay. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pick a number 1 through 52. That's where your journey begins. No, that's where your journey begins. Ding. Give me a second to count out that many cards. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. All right, there we go. I got the 27th card being your past, your present, your future, and your destiny. Okay. All right, here we go, everybody. For your past, what has been going on in your past? Well, you've been kind of searching for that reason. I used to listen to a song called, "The Search Is Over," right? By a Survivor, I believe, right? Survivor.
Yeah.
Search is Over by Survivor, okay? And it basically talks about you coming to this completion of a goal. But the worst part about accomplishing the goal is now complete. Now you have to pick a different direction to go because you're no longer searching for that thing you have been seeking anymore. Now you have found that. And when you are going in this general direction, it means you have an idea of what's on the other side of that hill. You just come to the end of the map, and now you've reached the part where it marks X somewhere on the ground. And all you have to do is dig, and you will have found what you've been looking for, right? So you have found what you're looking for, and you're just coming over the edge to see the thing you've been searching for all along has been right in front of you, you know? So kind of like doing that within yourself. So now you're looking up on the hill. Oh, at the top of that hill, there is the real me. There is the person I want to show off to the world, And then what's going on with you presently is that I think you have yet to extinguish some of those fires that you have put out into the universe. You've maybe have a lot of little projects going on or a lot of little groups that you like to be a part of, but maybe some of those friendships you forgot to either honor and say your fond farewells to them so that later in life maybe they can be not only good connections but good friends that you are still just saying, hey, I'm getting really busy. I don't mean to ignore you if you don't hear from me. Well, hey, look me up sometime. I'm not trying to forget you. I've just gotten extremely busy. So don't forget to kind of go back and extinguish some of those fires or resolve some of the things. Basically, it's kind of say check your baggage because right now you have to put out the fires before they become something even stronger that might come back to you somewhere down the line. Don't let a resentment become a forest fire where you're going to need a truck of this stuff in order to put it out. Okay? So now is a good time to extinguish those old fires. And that might have been little projects you liked to do or things you wanted to do. You just got too many things on the table. You have to kind of go, which ones are the ones that are part of the controlled fire that will keep it from spreading even further or spread in the direction I want it to go for a change? And what's kind of going on in the future? It's all about you getting in that car and driving towards the destination you want to be. It's no longer time to crawl. It's no longer time to hip or skip. It's not time to walk. It's time to drive. It's time to get to your location in a manner that's going to be fast and furious, but still within the limits of a speed limit, okay? So you're going to get there very quickly because you are going to be the one in control of how fast you get to that destination. Yes, you will follow all the nice rules you have to follow when you're on the road, but more than that, you are still picking the destination in which to go to drive yourself to or that future you want to go to. What is the destiny all about? What is this trying to tell you? It's all about that heat that you are adding to your life. You are the person. You are the volcano. You are the heat from the volcano. You melt rock. You melt steel. You melt anything, people, things. Nothing stands in your way. You eat through anything except water. Why? Because water is your one true natural enemy, and even there, then it fights you tooth and nail to stay in equal balancing, depending on how much of it has and how much of you have. Basically, you have to be the thing that keeps that furnace going and keeps that positive energy flowing. In order for you to fulfill that dreams, you have to keep the heat on to the appropriate amount that you want it to be heated to. So if you don't need it to be a blasting heat, don't let it be a blasting heat either. It can be just a tiny little simmer heat, And basically that's what I feel like your reading saying to you. Is basically, hey, you found what you're looking for. Don't forget let's put out the campfire before we decide to move on to the next thing. Then we're going to drive to our new location because now everything's all good, nice and put out. We know where we're going. We know we've extinguished our old fires. We're moving to and driving to a new location, and we've got to bring our own personal passion and power with it because it's going to take that heat and passion that really gets us fired up to do that. And that's basically what I think you're saying, Dragon. I don't mean to be punny here, but be the dragon you're looking for. You are the person you're looking for. So hopefully that helps you today. You're welcome. You know the rules. Spread the word. Bat signal. Tip. No tip. Thank you. Go follow. Go not follow. Just stop by for a couple hours and say hi. Okay. Easy cut, easy go, you let me go. Here's your moment of city. So here we go. Here we go. Come on. There you go. There's your moment to silly for today. Today, all you know, You too, my friend. Back there. Maybe I will. All right, just warning, 420 warning. I'm about to have a cigarette, a toki. Eval, bashing. Haha. All right. Well, I am going to have myself a nice little choke so that I can go relax and have a good rest of the day. We're going to have to do the Josh show next week because I had a technical issue yesterday. I was having way too much fun watching someone else's stream to go be part of my stream, basically. This is also the reason I like to warn you that now I am smoking some cannabis, so I am a little 420, but sometimes I have weirder, more deeper connections. So this can be what I like to call my deeper connections moment for you. So this is your fair warning. Well, there's a lot of people today. That's what I really want to do. I just want to help people. Hey, even if my life is not perfect, it doesn't mean I don't necessarily have wisdom to share. I think I have more to share because my life isn't perfect. Far from it. But it is exactly what I want it to be. How about that? Tell me how many people can say that. How many people can say they got what they wished for? In the darkness that we wait, the dreams that we take to the deathbed of who we are. In the shadow of the morning that we dream of, oh, how we carry on. Deep in the sun, deep in the night, deep in the darkness, there isn't light. What am I home when I'm stay? Dun 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 dun. In the dream of time, in the spirit time, all day that we. Hey, 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 how's it going here? All right, got into a little bit of a singing song there. What's up, my man? Are you looking for a read in there, buddy? You on YouTube? You're on YouTube, so I'm doing pretty awesome, honestly. I just started having a little bit of my Delta 8 stuff here so that I could get some of my pain relief today because I'm starting to feel a lot of pain. I just started that, so I'm a tiny bit toasty, but I'm not all the way. So just in case you came in here, you do get a little bit freer thought process when I do a little bit of this. So I always warn people that this is now a 420 stream. So if you don't want me to do tarot readings during that time, I just want you to understand that I do have a deeper connection though to the divine when I have a little bit of cannabis with me. So just wanted to let you know what you're walking into, basically. Okay. Now, all I can say about that is if he's thinking about you, what does that mean now? Okay, what are you going to do if that's true? And what steps are you going to take if suddenly you find out today, yes, that's he's been waiting for you the whole darn time, you know? So just I can attest to someone who's been waiting around for the pretty girl to finally say, "Hey, pay attention to me for a change." You know, sometimes those guys aren't. Oops, wrong. Go away, go away. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But honestly, you got it covered, girl. But we do you a reading though that'll help you find the best possible path for you, past, present, future, if you want. Otherwise, I do a really deeper one. If you want some more deeper answers, I suggest you go with my 5 path one. So you have to that, and then you keep that question in mind while I'm shuffling, and maybe it gives you some answers here. So you'll definitely get a new perspective. How about that? You tell me what kind of reading do you want. Do you want the simple or do you want the complicated? I know there's a simple one. Okay. How many times do you want me to shuffle? 1 through 10. I know there's a little bit of a lag. Okay. 1, 2. Now pick a number 1 through 52. And that's where your journey begins, past, present, and future with the Destiny card, okay? So pick a number 1 through 52, and then we go from there. Okay, 2. I'm still waiting on number 1 through 52, though. One more number. That's all I need. 17. Thank you. Okay, let's see here. I'll ask you about the. Okay, I want to ask you a question here. And it really does boil down to this choice that I want you to make because I'm feeling two different things for you, okay? And in this hand here, and I'll just have this upper lower. Okay, so this is lower, this is upper. One of these decks holds the answer you're seeking. I sometimes do this because I'm feeling both of these could be true, but only one of them is the right door for you to open. So basically, I'm asking you to pick door number 1 or door number 2. 1 is up, 2 is down. Okay, then I put this one back where it belongs. Okay, so we have this, and this. Okay, so here we go. So this was your choice then. Okay, so in your past here, you've been working on that image of what you've been portraying out there to the world. So you've been putting out all of these pretty little pieces out there to the universe, but you forgot to look back and see that some of these dark parts are useful too. Hey, you learned not to talk to strangers. That was a useful tool, not the best thing to remember sometimes. Hey, I learned to learn how to trust people with the white part of me. Because, hey, you know what? My mom and dad were good people, or the people who I chose to be my family were good to me, because I learned that kind of compassion. So, working on that image of both the good and bad parts of me are what make me a whole person. You're kind of gathering that stuff up as far as been going through your image of your past. So you are looking at that image of what you've portrayed and kind of reflecting on what you are portraying now as the image towards people. From what I'm gathering in your present, though, you are just beginning to become a little baby sapling. A little baby sapling has just now come out of its shell. It's shooted up towards the sky, and it's decided to start flowering and leafing out itself because it has more to do. It has more things in the pile, but they're all nurturing good things that young sapling needs. So basically, you are beginning that new growth and you are gathering all of that good energy from good sources. So keep asking for help, but giving something back in return too. Hey, now there are business contacts from my friend Bobby who does this catering service or blah 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 service, or now we're spreading the love into my local community where these people, hey, they know how to cook some mean, authentic Thai food, some authentic, made, homemade Thai food, that you would never believe. It's that recipe, it's that what you're getting ready for that recipe, what you're going to be putting at that sapling is starting to become now those parts of those things that you want to be a part of yourself. Where is it kind of going into the future here? It's going into the gray oak. Well, just like before, now this is a big jump from sapling to gray oak because this means basically you have grown so strong, so big, so fast because you were determined to become this person. Because that meant that now, when you are this one here, you have gathered up more than enough space to build within yourself more complex things that you want to have be a part of your persona. You're allowing yourself to be seen in a way that's non apologetic, that is allowing you to not only put those goofy, wonderful things that you don't like about yourself, but also to love and enhance the things about yourself you truly do love and make them a part of the star of the show, and then everything else is just, you have to put up with this because I'm this way, and that's basically what this is saying is you are who you say you are and taking charge of that path is what you're doing here. Okay, on the great oak card. And then you have what does this all mean? Why is this all happening? It's all about you integrating those parts of yourself. We have a lot of different colors and facets about ourselves. We have those different light and dark parts, but we also have those different color aspects, things that blend together, things that kind of the shades of different colors and different ways of looking at them mean different things to all of us. We all have those different shades of things about ourselves that only we know what those mean. And there's no way to express it except that I've integrated so much of this stuff together to be one whole thing that it's a part of the essence of me because I am the light in the center. I just had to spark that flame. And that's basically what I think that's saying is you have to spark that flame of integrating. Yes, I have more faceted things. Yes, I still have a light and dark side, but they're not just plain old dark colors. They're colors of different things like, oh, I've got some red in here, and I've got some yellow in here. So I've got some light and some dark, and I've got some white, and I've got that big bright light in the middle shining to whatever portion of this I want to, put out into the universe. So that's basically what I think it's saying for you there. Is it's basically saying, hey, you've had that image, you've learned how to integrate it together, you've nurtured that sapling in a way that now you are ready to put those other beautiful, more complex things in you and let those be seen as well, and not having to change a thing about you, just not being apologetic for it and integrating it into your persona as this is who I am. That makes any sense to you? I hope it does. I really really hope that that will give you something to at least think about. If you do nothing more than got something to think about today, then I've done my job. So go away from this and have you had something to think about today. Hey, this guy said this much fun is all this. Yeah, the batteries are dead on that. I goofed up on my computer real quick, so that was kind of funny. Ha 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 ha. You're very welcome, though. I'm glad I could help you today. Like I said, if the worst thing you get from me today is a little bit of my, free advice here today, or my free outlook on life, or whatever you want to call it. I'm still here. I'm still here, just giving you guys a little bit here of the background here one more time here, because I am the unknown prophet. I'm Joshua Bleasy. I'm usually here from like 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On weekends, I sometimes can go longer periods of time, but I have to really be getting some donations and stuff like that for me to stay on longer than that. So that's one way you guys can keep me here is by donating something to the tip jar. It doesn't matter how much it is, it still keeps me here for that little bit of extra time. So that's not a threat or anything. Your reading is completely 100% free here. I just want you to, if you have the ability to tip me something money, I would greatly appreciate it even more. Just you being here and following my channel makes it all that much better for you guys. So, and I'm here to help. That's all that I'm here to do. Just so after this, I plan on going watching some silly shit on TV. Hey, how's it going, Queen? Queen on Twitch. Yeah, I've got 13 more minutes. How about you be the last one? How about you are the official last one in the queue, Queen. You get to be my last reading for today. All right. All right. So, Queen, just so you know, here we go. All right. I do two different kinds of readings. How about if we go? You can pick simple or complicated. I kind of feel like you deserve the complicated one today, but I will let you decide which one you want. Simple or complicated. Okay, then what I want you to do is I want you to have that question in your mind the time that I'm thinking about this, okay? And we are going to resort to if it's above 6, you get 5 paths. And I just rolled I rolled a 7. So okay, you get the 5 paths too. You get the bigger one. Get the more complicated one. That was from my roll. I rolled my Vegas dice that I got, and I got higher than a 6. So I'm going to give you the more complicated one. So that's why you're getting this one reading. So I need you to do some decisions for me, though. How many times would you like me to shuffle 1 through 10? Seven is a good number. 7 times. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now pick a number 1 through 52, and that is where your journey begins. Okay, 26 cards. Give me a second here. Give me just one moment. I am laying out your deck real quick here. Okay, here we go. Lucky you. You are my last reading, so this is my last reading, guys. Last reading. No more readings after this one here. So after this one, we will be. So the queue is closed. And I am open here. We're gonna stretch that screen out so I can give her full reading here. So, okay, so the past, so here's what you need to know about my 5 paths here. The past path is all about reflecting about the mistakes that we have made in our life, but learning the good lessons from those. Even though they weren't necessarily the best thing to ever happen to us, now we knew what we didn't want to do with our lives. But sometimes it can also be, I'll look fondly back at the things I did do well in my life, and the things that I learned from that were, and overcoming this to becoming who I was. So your past path is all about basking in the glow of the energy that has been bestowed upon you. Now, see, if you've ever seen a sunflower grow in a field, it will always turn towards the sun, and it will always face the sun in that direction the whole day through because it is admiring where the light is coming from the entire day. And then when it is no longer up, it returns back to the same place it was in the morning, and then it starts the whole process all over again from sunrise to sunset. Because it is taking control of where and following that light it needs to follow in order to grow. So you have to be that light that learn from that good things that you've done in your past and move forward from there. Because now we go to what you've been waiting for. What answer am I waiting to actually get? So if I always call this if you ever thought that God could give you a sign card, this would be the wait card because we're waiting for that answer to come to us, or we're waiting for that sign or waiting for whatever. We're waiting to make a decision and a choice which path to take. And right now, it's all about that inner glow that you have within you. It looks like you've been doing some really positive stuff here. And what you've been filling yourself up with is that positivity, and glow. You're brightly shining so much that everyone can see the brightness of your soul. That's why you're a lot more attracted to a lot of people now, because that soul is glowing in a way and showing people in a way that this is a person who can be trusted, someone who can be helpful to you, someone who can get you to where you need to be in life. Because I have achieved this myself, and as soon as I learn how to do this, I can teach anyone else how to become like that. But that doesn't make me the expert of it. That just means I'm currently reached that point where I feel that good about myself. Okay, now do you want to go your easy path or your hard path first? If I have time after Queen's reading, I will see how much time I have left. And then if I can fit you in, I will try to fit you in, Marissa, but please be patient until Queen's reading is done. Do you want your easy or your hard path first? Okay, so the hard path for you. So hard path is all about overcoming that adversity, getting past those big goals in a very short amount of time, accomplishing big hurdles in order to get there. So overcoming the hills and rocks and valleys of the of how to get up to where you need to go. So it's a little bit harder path to get there because you do it all at once. You build up all that energy and burn through it. You accomplish that goal, but then you got to take a nice long break afterwards. Well, your hard path is actually in the preparing part of it. You don't get yourself prepared enough for the journey that is to come. So your hard path is all about you not taking enough time to prepare the right steps to make sure you have that list ready. Here's what I need to take. A column, B column, C. Did I match everything on my must have with me list? Now, here are the things I can add to it if I choose to. The non essentials, but still could be useful. Here's something that could save my life. You kind of have to understand what you're putting into the soup of your life. Okay, I am the soup. What kind of soup am I? Am I chicken noodle? Am I tomato basil? Am I a nice Mediterranean? Am I a nice chai latte inspired infused tea? You know, so you get to decide what you're preparing to become. Now it's just you adding that ingredients to that stew to be. And then you go to your easy path of what it's easy should be easier for you to do is all you have to do is spend some time reflecting about what you are presenting to the world. Okay, if you look at this, you are no longer just an image. This is a whole reflection of you. This is an accurate representation of you. And if you can look past all the mirrors in this and see the image that is truly there, which is the big, nice, gorgeous willow tree, if you can look past all of the tiny mirrors, you will see the willow tree. And then what we'll go from there is now I might not look like a complete cohesive image right here, but there is an image in there that is telling you something to reflect and see something more than you are meant to see. Okay, someone dinged me. So, that's kind of what you're doing there with your reflection is looking back at you there. So you kind of, like I said, you see you're more than just the tiny pieces. You are a whole image that's reflecting back to you that good thing in you. Now you just kind of have to go, oh, now I see the pretty willow tree in the background. So, give me one moment here. I've got a couple people in the queue. I said I might have time for Marissa Smith next, but I'm not sure. I've got to look. I can go for a couple more guys, but just let me finish this one first, and then I'll decide what I'm going to do next. Okay. So first, I want to finish Queen's reading because that's what she deserves here, because it's her unseen path next. And your unseen path is all about that thing that's been right in front of your nose the whole time that you have to, that you know has been there. It's been that thing that's been bugging you your whole life. It's probably come to you so many different times around in your life. You ignore it now because it's like I went through this so many times. I know how to play this game. It's like A B B A B B A B B stab 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 A B B B. You know all of the instructions on how to get to this level really quickly and easily. But the trouble is that you're not seeing the whole picture. That's what your unseen path is saying to you. Is just like you are only seeing the viewpoint of a one all-seeing eye. And all-seeing eyes are great for seeing everything, yes, but that's why we have two eyes as a human, so we get two different perspectives, the logical and the creative. That's why we have two different sides of our brain. That's why we both have masculine and feminine parts of ourselves. But you are only seeing it through one single eye. You're singling yourself to one point of view and one point of view only. So maybe you have to open up your eyes a little bit and see that you do have those that you haven't seen the whole picture for what it is, because it's got a fact that when you do, you will see it in a different light. So now I've got your leap card or your home card, and your surprise card is the last one. Leap card. Okay, so taking the leap of faith, we all have an idea of what we're jumping into. Generally, it's not about where we're jumping into, it's about how we're going to land once we get there. What we're jumping into is that taking that one and final step we need to take in order to be brave, in order for us to get past something. We really have to do one thing only. And for you, it means let's put on the heat. Let's put on the gas. Let's put on the fire. Where is your passion behind this? Where is your determination behind this? What kind of power are you going to bring to this? What kind of energy are you going to put forth into this? This is all about you controlling your own destiny and saying, I have got the power. I have got the heat, the fortitude to keep this heat going. And so I can build that heat up. So now that I'll be ready to build that forge so that I can start shaping the metal of the person of I am and start tempering it out to be the shape of the thing I need it to be, whether it be the next step. But you have to build that fire, that heat up first in order to do anything first. You have to build that power up. So now is the time for you to take that leap of faith and say, hey, maybe it's okay to do some me stuff for a change because I need to rebuild my energy and replace my energy for a while. And that might be the hardest thing for you to do. Take some time for yourself. No, remember, you got the energy, all you need right now. So now we're going to your home card, and it really is for you. It's all about the journey, not the destination. Okay, you're about the search. You're about the journey. Yes, you want to get to that destination, but it's more about what you do along the way. You've quested this greatest choose your own adventure game that you've ever played. It's called Life thingy that we all go through, and you play it very well because you don't have to be any other player than player one. Okay, there is no player two, there is no player three. Okay, there's player one, and you only get what? Well, at least as far as we know, one life to live here on Earth, and then whatever happens to you after that is up to the video game creator of the universe, whatever it is. But that's basically saying you enjoy the search to finding that. It's about the things you do along the way, not always about getting to that goal. And when I was shuffling your deck, and I kind of felt this, something was screaming to me that you really needed to hear what you were scared of the most of doing, because I kind of felt like I don't get this thought very often, but I had to pull you up. What is you scared of the most? That means counting back all of the cards that you asked me to point back to. So you start basically back at your 26 cards there I counted for you. Now I got this card saying, here it's time to extinguish those fires that you've been leaving lit far too long. So maybe you are doing some really creative stuff out there, and you are putting too much of yourself out there all at once because you have to extinguish a couple of those fires in order for you to concentrate on the one fire that is going to fulfill you the most by taking that leap of faith. Because it's going to fulfill you in a way when you're done searching for that answer, when you finally get to that place where you extinguish what you are scared of letting it go because you think it's not going to be a part of who you are anymore. Of course, it's going to be a part of who you are. As long as you're alive, it's a part of who you are. So why not just honor it by saying, yeah, that's a part of who I was, and now I'm going to, I'm living my life like this. So you have to remember to extinguish those fires that you've been leaving lit far too long. It's time to let some of those things die out and make sure that they're safely taken care of so that they don't come back to be the forest fires somewhere down the line. That just might mean, you've got so much creative stuff going out there hey, maybe it's time to put away this, and this because it really isn't working. It's costing me more money than it's helping me and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I got from your reading there. And that is your path card reading for you today, the Queen. And I'm going to ask that if you guys think I'm doing a good job here and want your readings done, I do take some donations that might keep me here just a tiny bit longer, but I want to make sure that I'm doing something good for you today. So get me a follow, a like, or a subscribe. You can find out some more information on my link tree. That's linktr.ee/Josh Show. If you want to find out some more information, we're going to take a couple more readings here, I guess. I think we had Marissa was next after Queen, and then we had Latoya was up after that. So Marissa, you're up. We're doing the past, present, future reading for you as requested. Pick a number 1 through 10. All right, Marissa, 1 through 10. How many times would you like me to shuffle? And you still want the 3-card reading, right? Okay, 7. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now pick a number 1 through 10. I'm sorry, 1 through 52. That's where your journey begins. Sorry. 1 through 52. Okay. For you, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we have the 5th card. 45th card is your past, your present, and your future with a destiny card. And let's put your darkest fear, or something that kind of scares you. To do. So we'll do that for you today. Okay, and then I will say, Latoya, if you're still here, you will be my last one. So no one after Latoya. I will not accept anyone after Latoya. So this is Latoya is my last one. So okay, guys, just to let you know, Latoya will be the last name I will be taking. Everyone after that name will not be in the queue. The queue is now closed. Okay, so thank you for letting me get that out there real quick, just so we make sure people know here. So for you there, Marissa, here we go is what you guys got for your past path. Okay, so your past path is all about reconnecting with that father figure of your life, that more masculine part of who you are, that leader that you have within you. You have never been a really good follower because you are a natural leader. You are the father figure that you are looking for. You are the person that you are hoping that will become the brave, independent person who looks out for his family, person who takes everyone under their wing and spreads not only that confidence, that joy, that beautiful, uplifting energy that you need. It's this person in your life that makes you feel like this, is kind of saying to you, hey, in the past, maybe you've had to have something that has happened where you had to be accountable for some of the actions you did. Now that you've kind of moved forward with your life, all you're doing is living a happy, nice, well laid back life of comfort. And you have to kind of go, oh, I have the good life right now. Okay? And that's my father's card, so that's why I say my father is the blue wolf. So I consider that a very good card of reconnecting with things that are in family. So what are you doing with your present right now? Well, we're stoking that fire that we have within ourselves. We're adding to it appropriately the amount of wood we want that to be. How big do we want that fire to be? Do we want a nice steady fire? We want to add maybe a stack of wood an hour, or maybe we want to go a stack of wood every 2 hours. We get to add and subtract the kind. We add the fuel to the fire to soak up that energy, and then we're really ready to start building up that fire so that we can really build that fiery burning stuff within ourselves, and we can really build it up. Then we start adding the logs, and then we start adding the brushes and the branches and stuff like that. That's when we drag over that old dead tree that was hollow, that you burnt. You get to pick the kind of stuff you got to pick, and now you're doing it in a very controlled manner because it's in the middle of a stone quarry. It couldn't burn out anything if it wanted to, because nothing within a 5 mile radius is made of anything but stone. Okay, so just kind of think of it that way. You are the fuel of the fire. Now, what's kind of coming for your future? It's all about you letting things kind of come to be. Being patient for you is not an easy thing. I take it. So what I take this from you is that fermentation is sometimes that's patience. You have to let the hops and the sugars and the yeast break everything down to a fine ass liqueur or beer in order for that drink to work. Now, if you add too much yeast, if you add too much of this stuff and don't let it fermentate correctly, it doesn't, not only does it taste nasty, it doesn't allow the other things to happen like the alcohol content to raise or anything like that. It's a fully formed drink. It's a fully invested drink. So it's all that stuff that you're putting yourself within yourself that you're allowing to fermentate and come to be a part of that fuel that you will learn turn into your fire. So where's that horseshoe you soaking your fire? That fermentation, letting things become impatient, being patient with things coming forward. Why is this all happening for you? What is your destiny? It's all about that leaf card for you. Your card is basically saying that you are no longer just a part of the whole tree. You've lived a full cycle. Winter has come, and now I'm starting to fall off on my own. That is not the end of my journey, because I will blow out into the wind for all eternity until the moment I decide to land somewhere where I will now go back to the earth that I belong to. And then I will become a part of everything that surrounds me, you know? And that's basically what the leaf is all about, is about returning back to those things that are healthy and good for you, the things will make you happy and safe and feel fulfilled. It's time for you to start living the truth you've been waiting to live. Because the thing that scares you the most, and I drew you what you're scared of the most card, is getting in the car and just driving to the place you want to be. That means no more walking, no more trying to creep up on it. You're getting in the car, you're putting on your favorite tunes, you got your snacks, you got your BBFFFFFFs, you got full cellular range and a way to find out who you are, and supplies last forever. Okay, zombie apocalypse were to happen, you would be safe from all infection. Okay, so just say you be prepared. You got everything you need to get into that car and just drive to that location now. You can spend a couple hours on the road, and now finally You didn't spend a lot of energy to get there. You drove yourself to that place. And that sometimes scares you when you drive. You believe in your own personal power. Sometimes it can be overwhelming even for you. Well, why not just give into it? See where it gets you this time. You know, I mean, has anything else not worked for you yet? That's kind of what it's saying to me there for you. So, Marissa, I hope that answers some of the questions that you had. And then we had Latoya, I think, was the last one that we were going to be doing here. So just want to double check here. And maybe I already did this person. Yeah, Latoya, are you still with us? Latoya? Latoya, are you still here? Please let me know in the chat. Going once. Going twice.